Patriotism means to stand by the country. It does not mean to stand by the president. There is but one answer to terrorism, and it is best delivered with a Winchester rifle. Knowing what's right doesn't mean much, unless you do what's right. What a man does for himself dies with him. What a man does for his community lives long after he's gone. Nothing worth having was ever achieved without effort. In any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The next best thing is the wrong thing, and the worst thing you can do is nothing. If you could kick the person in the pants responsible for most of your trouble, you wouldn't sit for a month. To educate a man in mind and not in morals is to educate a menace to society. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Believe you can and you're halfway there. A thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education. Most of us tiptoe through life in order to make it safely to death. Courage, hard work, self-mastery, and intelligent effort are all essential to successful life. When they call the roll in the Senate, the senators do not know whether to answer present or not guilty. No man is above the law, and no man is below it. Nor do we ask any man's permission when we ask him to obey it. You can't choose your potential, but you can choose to fulfill it. Every immigrant who comes here should be required within 5 years to learn English or leave the country. The worst lesson that can be taught to a man is to rely upon others and to whine over his sufferings. He who makes no mistakes makes no progress. The only man who makes no mistakes is the man who never does anything. Do not be afraid to make mistakes providing you do not make the same one twice. The most important single ingredient in the formula of success is knowing how to get along with people. Speak softly and carry a big stick. You will go far. No man is worth his salt who is not ready at all times to risk his well-being, to risk his body, to risk his life in a great cause. Comparison is the thief of joy. This country has nothing to fear from the crooked man who fails. We put him in jail. It is the crooked man who succeeds who is a threat to this country. Honesty first, then courage, then brains, and all are indispensable. In the long run, the most unpleasant truth is a safer companion than a pleasant falsehood. A nation that still needs to distinguish between stealing an election and stealing a new pair of shoes is not completely civilized yet. A man who has never gone to school may steal from a freight car, but if he has a university education, he may steal the whole railroad. Make preparations in advance. You never have trouble if you are prepared for it. It is always better to be an original than an imitation. Your attitude about who you are and what you have is a very little thing that makes a very big difference. Profanity is the parlance of the fool. Why curse when there is such a magnificent language with which to discourse? Courtesy is as much a mark of a gentleman as courage. The joy in life is his, who has the heart to demand it. The man who loves other countries as much as his own stands on a level with the man who loves other women as much as he loves his own wife. The reason fat men are good-natured is they can neither fight nor run. Let us rather run the risk of wearing out than resting out. Life brings sorrows and joys alike. It is what a man does with them, not what they do to him, that is the true test of his mettle. Believe you can do it, and you are halfway there. No educated man can afford to be ignorant of the Bible. All the resources we need are in the mind. Old age is like everything else. To make a success of it, you've got to start young. Big jobs usually go to the men who prove their ability to outgrow small ones. If given the choice between righteousness and peace, I choose righteousness. I put myself in the way of things happening, and they happened. Don't hit at all if it is honorably possible to avoid hitting, but never hit soft.